Hey everyone, and welcome to another adventure. Today I have chosen to come to Matthiessen State Park here in northern Illinois and just kind of do a quick early morning hike here. I don't really have anything extravagant planned for the day. I just wanted to get out this morning and go for a bit of a hike. And I've decided I'm going to hike the Upper Loop Trail. And so far it has been just absolutely beautiful. We've had a lot of rain the last couple weeks, so the waterfalls are all flowing very well. Everything is very lush, it's green. There is a fog advisory in effect for the area right now, and on the way here, it was extremely foggy. You couldn't really see 20, 30 feet in front of you, but it looks like it's gonna lift some, and for the most part, kind of already actually has. I'm hoping that it sticks around a little bit the farther I get down the canyon here. Really looking to see if I can possibly get some of that cool, dreamy, atmospheric kind of feel in my shot, but even if I can't, it's a cloudy day, and you know what that means. It's waterfall day. So I'm gonna keep hiking here. I'm trying to get back to my favorite waterfall in the park. It's called Lake Falls, and it's huge. It's absolutely beautiful. You can never go wrong. It's always flowing, and it's just always an awesome sight to see. So I wanna get back there, get a couple shots of it, and then hike back out. The Upper Loop is a pretty easy trail to hit for anyone who wants to come to this park or who might be considering coming to this park. It's really not anything too crazy. Getting down into these bluffs and these canyons and doing the water crossings can be a little bit complicated and a little tricky, so that's something to keep in mind. But overall, it's a really awesome park to go to, and I absolutely love it here. Let's go ahead and get this hike started because it is starting to rain again, and I don't want to be caught out here in a torrential downpour, so let's go. All right, guys, so I've gotten to the first big point on this hike, especially when you're coming through the dells and like the Upper Loop Trail area. And right here over my shoulder, this is Giant's Bathtub. This is one of the very cool features of this whole trail, of this whole system. I love coming here specifically for this little area. Now, if you look, this big tree that kind of makes the center of this little island back there, that's known as the spaghetti tree. And you can tell because its roots kind of look like spaghetti fanning out in all directions. It's a really, really cool area. Always a great place to come and check out, especially in the fall, because that ridge of trees back there changes to a very bright group of yellow and orange, and it is just absolutely beautiful. But the other thing that I love about finding this little spot here is it means that the waterfall that I'm trying to get to is literally right around that corner. And looking at how well Giant's Bathtub is flowing, I can already tell that Lake Falls is going to be incredible today. Let's keep going. We've made it, my friends. I present to you Lake Falls. This is one of my favorite waterfalls in all of northern Illinois, and I think it might be the biggest in all of northern Illinois as well. I'm really not too sure, so don't quote me on that. But I've been to just about every waterfall that I can find in northern Illinois, and so far this is the biggest one that I have found. But for me, this is the #1 reason to come to Matthiessen State Park. I love coming out here and seeing this waterfall and just coming into the area and just enjoying this scene, the ambiance, just everything. The feeling that this place gives you is incredible. Today, I have the Z6 II with the 24-70 with me. I have it zoomed all the way in at 70 millimeters. And the reason being is because this little bluff rock right here and that little bluff rock, they look like cheeks that kind of bring the focus of your composition right into that waterfall, and that's what I'm looking to do. So by using a lens that's right on the beginning of that telephoto range, I can compress all of that together and really make the scene stand out, really bring a lot of detail and tell the story, but compress it all into one single image without a bunch of distractions in it. And that's really what I'm always looking to do when I'm out here, when I'm shooting pictures, waterfalls, any type of composition that I put together. I'm always looking at what adds to it and what subtracts from it, because you don't want a bunch of busyness in your pictures. That's just gonna make the viewer's eye go all over the place. It's gonna confuse people, it's gonna be overwhelming, and it's just gonna be unappealing to look at. So in this particular instance, I have the camera zoomed all the way in at 70 millimeters. I'm using the Lee circular polarizer with the Lee 3-stop neutral, solid neutral density filter. And what I'm gonna do is kind of compress all this together, see what I can come up with using this lens. And if I still need more compression past that point, I'll go ahead and I'll put my 70 to 200 on and take a few steps back and see if I can't compress this even more. But this is a really good way to just kind of visually stop, slow down, and look at things when you're at a place like this, or any place for that matter. Just kind of look at the lines, see where the eye takes you, and find a way to take out the best parts and include them into that final composition to make a powerful and meaningful, impactful image. So guys, what I've done is I've set the camera up, I've got my filter system in here, I've got everything set up the way I want, and I'm just kind of fine-tuning and dialing in that composition. And this is kind of a fine dance in a way, if you will, because you really have to kind of decide what you want to include in the shot and what you want to exclude in the shot, like I had mentioned earlier. And the key here is to continue looking at the composition and continue looking at the back of the camera and just kind of taking those test pictures and just kind of working with what you have. Zoom in, zoom out, step left, step right. Kind of just take a moment and consider what is working in your composition, what might not be working. And it doesn't always necessarily require a change of lenses either. Keep that in mind too, that, you know, sometimes shoot a little wider than you need and then crop it back in later if there is no other way. And I actually think I might be doing that on this specific shoot only because I'm getting a really powerful composition where I'm at, but I do want it to be a bit tighter, and there's some fairly deep water right ahead of me here. I don't really want to go through that, so I'm gonna sit back, kind of move around a little bit here, see what I can come up with as far as moving around, going to different compositions, trying different areas. So in moving around a little bit more, I actually came up and over to the right some, and I've zoomed out a little bit. I'm not at 70 millimeters anymore, I'm actually at about 60. And I can see more of this waterfall. I have more of a foreground, and these little leading lines that I've kind of developed here are looking way better than they were when I was a little bit further back. So I don't think I'm gonna need to swap lenses over to the 70 to 200. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is just working with what I have here, capturing a couple more shots here, and then I think I'm gonna wrap it up and call it a day, because there is a ton of mosquitoes down here, and I didn't bring bug repellent. So that's always a fun time, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep taking a couple images here. I'll show you guys the end result, and we'll wrap up this adventure of ours. All right, everybody, well, that's a wrap for this video. I hope you enjoyed this little hike I took this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed the adventure and the insight, me bringing you back here to my favorite waterfall, Lake Falls. I am gonna be posting the pictures here at the end of the video, and I will be sharing them on my Facebook page, Nicholas Albert Photography. So go over there, check that out, follow my page. I post a lot of stuff over there. And also jump into the Facebook group. It's called Great Lakes Landscape Photography. Lots of great members. Everybody's always posting stuff in there. Really great time. But I will see you guys all in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, everybody.